Hey everybody. So I just finished a little live presentation on my Instagram and I'm hoping that this one goes a little bit better than that one. I did not delete the one from Instagram and hopefully you'll be able to see the difference between that one and this one because I already feel better. It's already starting better too. So, you know how I like to gauge flops and successes. So I have a feeling that last one was a flop. So let's just see if we can get this to be successful. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time tonight to have a discussion with you about COVID-19. Not, just hear me out. It's not another COVID-19 conversation, and believe me, I had worked out a whole presentation of what we were going to talk about and what you needed to know about COVID-19. I was pretty much just going to recycle everything the CDC has been telling everybody, and I surprisingly received a lot of feedback through my Instagram page asking me not to talk about that, which I am grateful for because although I did well in science in school, it is not my forte. With that being said, I want to take a chance to talk to you guys tonight about what we are going to do when things go back to normal. Now, keep in mind, normal is probably a really long way off. We are definitely on a bell curve. I don't think we're on a come down yet. And I'm not trying to sound like an alarmist, but you know, they did just extend the social distancing concept, and non-essential employees still won't be able to return back to work. So I just want to take this time to talk about what we as individuals and CSS technicians aren't doing while we are in this flat plane, this homeostasis, dare I say. So if you're not a CS technician, hang out anyways. If you were thinking about being a CS technician, please stay, because I hope to give you guys a little bit of nuggets on motivation and reassuring you that this was not a mistake to try and join this field. And then thirdly, if you are already a CS technician, you just started out, or you have been doing it for forever, you're the real MVP. Thank you. Thank you again for being essential employees and then spending a little bit of your Sunday evening before you go into work tomorrow or tonight, depending on that awesome shift you work, to hear what I have to say. I want to touch base with how CS employees, non-employees are being affected by COVID-19. I have personally received emails from people that were in school that have had to have classes canceled. I have received messages from individuals who needed to go and do testing and now they cannot test. And some of these individuals were people that needed to test in order to keep their employment. Per Connecticut state law, you have to maintain or become certified within the first 2 years of working. So this is a very realistic situation right now for a lot of those employees that are already working that can't test. Then you have the people that have to come into work because we're essential employees. Surgeries can't run without clean instruments, and that's where we are. That's why we are the heart of surgical services of the hospital. And we go in every day and we are nervous about getting sick, and we have COVID-19 cleaning procedures in place, and droplet transfusion has been gone over 1 million times, and mask use, and not to mention all the PPE issues that we're having. And if you're unaware that we're having PPE issues, we are. Just the whole United States it's not like a single hospital or anything like that. It's just, it's in mass demand. It's just where we're at right now. And I wanted to take a second to really touch base with the people that just finished up school and are trying to get an externship or are trying to get a job, that are experiencing hiring freezes. It's a very real thing for people to have started the onboarding process with the facility, and the facility has had to stop completely because of this outbreak that we're in the middle of. Please don't regret going to school or trying to get a job in this field. You made the best decision. I personally believe Central Sterile Processing is your next big thing. It can be someone's next big thing if they're trying to move from a regular 9 to 5 and they want a passion for a profession. I truly believe it can be Central Sterile, because it was for me. And so please wipe that from your head, get it out of there. If you were thinking about becoming a central sterile technician, keep thinking about it. Do you have study material? Do you need study material? You don't have to go to school to get certified. I have plenty of information about that in my Instagram and my Facebook profile. So if you need any help with that, please reach out to me. And I have notes over here. I just want to touch base with the fact that hospitals are businesses. And although it's difficult when capitalism is in compassion industries like this, we have to remember that hospitals have to make money. You know, it's a revenue-based service, and it's difficult when surgery is one of the biggest incomes for a hospital, and we have to cut down on elective surgeries. That affects smaller hospitals, surgical centers. Lots of clinics are just strictly made around elective surgeries. You know, so surgeries. I said surgeries and procedures at the same time. So I think it's important to point out there that sometimes, well, I was going to try and say it nicely, but there's some areas of this field where people are laid off. They're being furloughed. I've experienced, travelers canceling contracts to get back home before certain flights are banned to different states. I mean, you see what's going on with New Jersey and New York. These are all very real issues that people, not just CS techs, are going through right now. And social distancing, I think, is becoming, it's becoming really oppressive, and I think people get lonely. But with that being said, when we're at home, what are we doing to help us? Because if you're at home and you're waiting for everything to blow over and then you're like, all right, now's my time, let's do it, you're already flat-footed. Take the time now to figure out what your goals and ambitions will be for when it's your time to shine. Because right now, everybody's pushed in. We're all literally inside, and we really have to dive into who we want to be as healthcare professionals or CS technicians, or even just individuals in general if you're not a CS technician. And now is the time to do it. We really don't have an option because we're kind of stuck at home, or you're an essential employee going to work and then you're going home. So I wanted to talk about why we can't let ourselves fall short of success. And we have to go to the social distance to put the CSS in success. And I think a really big part of that is using the social distancing to figure out your why. And I know I talk about that a lot. I've mentioned it a lot in my blog and why I make the decisions that I do during interview processes and job opportunities and things like that. So what does that even really mean, though? Because I've heard it so many times, too, and nobody's ever really sat down and was like, this is how you find out your why. So here I am. Let's figure out your why. I have a web page, and it is inside my Facebook profile, my Instagram profile, Twitter. You can Google it. It's pretreatcss.com. If you sign up for my email list, I will send you a PDF of how to find your why. This includes 5 questions and a little blurb about what my why is and how, just as like a way to have an indicator for what a why might look like. And finding your why during this time is really what's going to keep me engaged in what I do. My why is directly related to feeling like I have a job. I switched to this field because I was tired of having just a job. I was tired of waking up, punching in, punching out, going home, not remember what I did the whole day. And so when I went to school and I joined the field, I was so excited and I hit the ground running. And then 4 months later, I was bored. I was punching in, I was punching out, I was going home. I want to say I was remembering everything I did during the workday, but honestly, I was checked out. And this is not a field you can be checked out in. And that's when I realized that I was waiting for my profession to give me passion when I lacked passion in a profession. And it hit me. That was my why. I do what I do because I truly believe this can be someone's next big thing. It was my next big thing. It is my next big thing. And I dove deeper into my profession to create a career. And that's what I wanted. That's why I do what I do. That's my why. I dove deeper, I engaged more, I checked in presently, and it feels great. I don't want a job. I want a career in a profession that I am passionate about. And I want to have forward goals and forward thinking. I don't ever want to be flat foot. Hence why we're here today. So feel free to sign up for that email list, and I will email you the PDF on how to find your why. And if you want to become a member, bless you. My husband sneezed. If you want to become a member of the webpage, please feel free to do so. If you do, I'm going to include a free webinar on how to find your why. So that's more of an interactive basis, more guided outline. It's downloadable for you to keep, so you could always refer back to it or share it with other people. And if you're already a member of my page, yay! Thank you very much. I think there's like 8 of you, and I am very grateful for all of you. So if you are already a member of my page, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. I'll be sending you guys a special little tidbit, special little freebie on how to find your what. And I won't talk about that because it's special for the people who are already members. But if you become a member now, I'm sure I'll re-release it at another time. So again, it's pretreatcss.com, Sarah B. Cruz, and I think it's going to be really big to not fall short of success here. We got to go to the social distance and put the CSS in success. Thanks for your time. I think this went way better than the Instagram one. If you get a chance, look at the Instagram one. I expect some memes out of that. All right, guys, thank you again, and have a great work week. And if you're at home, let me know what I can do to help.